Hello, everyone. I have something to read to you, and I'm very excited. I just heard Jamie yelling, "Put your pants on!" Oh my gosh, I love my life. I love my life. Hi, everyone. Okay, so normally I do a live with my two bestie friends, but tonight it just didn't work out. We're taking a week off. So I was going to wait and do this till closer to Christmas, but I think we could all use something happy and joyful. So I am going to do it right now. The book that I wrote came out 2 years ago. Well, it'll be 2 years in April, so I'm a little bit over a year. Um, I think a lot of you know this. Hardest thing I've ever done was write a book, but it wasn't like the writing part. It was the fact that it was during COVID. So if you ever heard me speak, I always tell this funny story. I signed my contract, like signed it on a Friday. The world shut down on Sunday, and I had 6 months to write 60,000 words with three kids at home, no daycare, no leaving the home to work, um, no school, no therapy for Cooper, nothing. And my book is in large print, Nancy. No one has ever asked me that before. And humorously enough, I have a copy of it right here. Um, when your book is published in a different way, they send you a couple different, two copies of the new version. This is the large print, and I'm laughing because this is the picture they put. So when your book's published like in a different country or a different way, they can choose to use the typical cover or they can add their own. I don't know the rules on that, but that is not Cooper. It makes me laugh. Also, I did not know how expensive large print books are, and that does not feel fair to people. It's $40. Sorry for anyone that I did not know that. And also, you don't pick the price of your book. Okay, so when your book comes out in hardcover first, they typically release the paperback a year later. And total like insider publishing information, like the reason they do that is because they want to sell as many hard copies at the higher price as they can. That's the truth, and I think it's just the truth. Well, they waited a little longer to release my paperback, and they had me add in a bonus chapter. So essentially, it was everything that's happened from April 20. Well, no, it would have been like a year before then. April 2021 to now. And I had a baby. Yeah, so the paperback is officially on Amazon for um pre-order. It's going to come out in March, but I want to read this to you. So Sawyer had a hockey game tonight, and I went and watched his hockey game, and I was sitting there and I was thinking he's on a new team. So every year your child, when they play a sport, is, well, with the amount of kids here that we have here, it's almost like a brand new team. And we don't have any kids that were on the team last year, so that means all new families, all new people. And our life is really unique. We have one of our members has a disability, our son Cooper. And he can't go to every game, and if he does, sometimes we're a lot, and we're loud, and we're noticeable, and there's a lot of parts that go into this. It means that sometimes our families can't, me and Jamie both can't go, or we may need help from someone to bring Sawyer home because We have things going on. We just have a really unique life. We're settling in. So when I wrote this bonus chapter, it's about 15 pages long. So if you buy the soft cover, if you order it, you're going to get this bonus chapter. This is a little bit of it, and I want to read it to you because as I was sitting there tonight, I was watching Sawyer play, and I was looking around at all these new families, and I was thinking, what if Cooper was here right now? Would these people be nice to us? Would they? Our team last year honestly rallied around Cooper. They got to know us and we became part of their family, and but every year I get nervous starting over again. So this is the chapter. It's, you can't see it, but it's final. I'm going to read to you and hopefully entice you. Hopefully I make you cry because this is like the most emotional thing I've ever written. I may cry when I read this to you. There is a sentence in here that if you want to see me cry, it's going to happen. I hope I entice you to buy this. So also I just want to make you feel something. I will never forget the first time I said the words out loud. My son has autism. It was to a stranger in a store. It took me months to feel comfortable. And this part's about Sawyer too, Nicole. It took me months to feel comfortable having these words leave my lips. Not from a place of embarrassment, but from one of feeling inadequate as a mother. Today, I say it without a second thought. The diagnosis of autism is an explanation, not an excuse. And yet there are times when I catch my son doing something, flapping, squealing with joy, or lining up 100 pieces of brightly colored construction paper, and I notice people watching. For a second, I will wonder why. Is there something on his face? Is he doing something wrong? Are we not supposed to be here? And then I will remember, oh, this isn't typical behavior. See, I forget. I forget that he is different and that autism isn't everyone's world. A few days ago, our family of 6 was dropping off our second son at his hockey practice. Usually, I stay in the car with the other 3 kids while Jamie brings Sawyer in and dresses him. But this practice was different, and many of the families had gathered in the parking lot to wait. When Cooper and our toddler saw the excitement of kids playing in the somewhat deserted parking lot, squirting water bottles, running and laughing, they immediately demanded to be released from the car. They both wanted to join in. Within seconds, my son Harbor was playing tag and chasing the much older boys. He was in heaven. He adores his brother's friends and dreams of growing up just like him. Cooper, not one to join in directly, was still excited by this unexpected chaos. Once I buckled him in and opened the car door, he immediately dropped to the ground, as he typically does, and started flapping with joy and rolling to try to keep up with the running boys. His laughter and sounds filled the air. Soon, he turned up the volume of his video, and a song by Barney, the purple dinosaur, echoed around us. He, too, was in heaven. I stood close, making sure he was safe, but giving him space to enjoy in his own way. And then something caught my eye. Or something caught his eye. I watched him touch his cheek to the parked back tire on our car, and then pick at a stone jammed in the rubber tread. He then ran his fingers through the silt that had gathered in a crevice near his foot. He loves sand. I watched him study it for a minute, as if seeing the individual grains, and then quickly pop something into his mouth. I happened to glance up at the right time and noticed people observing him. Moms, dads. Some I knew, some I didn't. No mean looks. No judgmental looks. Just curious, nervous ones. They were whispering to each other as they watched the older boy's hands dance in the sunlight. And for a second, I internally panicked, thinking, did something just happen that I missed? But then I peered down and saw my yellow-haired boy in the brightly colored leggings, spread out onto the blacktop, his chin resting on the ground, studying ants crawling in a row while the other boys talked about Fortnite and played tag. Then it hit me. They were seeing autism firsthand, maybe some for the first time. They were seeing our son and our life. I'm sure most of them had questions about Sawyer's older brother, but no one asked. Even as I smiled at them, welcoming them into our world, they averted their eyes from me. I forget sometimes. I forget that our world is so colorful and loud and intense and joyful and different because it's the only one I know. I don't know a world without autism. I made my way to Cooper and bent down to touch his hair, silently claiming him as mine, saying an internal prayer to those surrounding him. This is the part. Please, watch our world with curious and kind eyes. And if one of you feels compelled to ask a question about number 22's older brother, I hope someone broaches the subject of autism with grace. When my son was diagnosed with autism nearly 9 years ago, my plan was never to become an advocate. It was never to change the world. I just wanted to help my son. But I learned pretty quickly that when you advocate for one child, one person, you're helping them all. Today, if someone asks me about Cooper or autism, I don't shy away. I choose to speak about him and our family and the color and the magic with conviction and courage, because I don't ever want my son or our life to be a sad story that is whispered about in parking lots. Years ago, when I held my baby boy in my arms, I wish someone would have told me that I had a choice in how I saw his life and what I shared. So I will tell you, see the boy, see the gifts, see the joy he brings to your life, and tuck the rest away in a drawer. And that last sentence is about how I have all of Cooper's diagnostic information in a file cabinet right here. And I put it away. But when I think about the most favorite thing I have ever written, please watch our world with curious and kind eyes. And if one of you feels compelled to ask a question about number 22's older brother, I hope someone broaches the subject of autism with grace. The chapter is really about where we are now, but a lot of it is about Sawyer and Harbor. If you want to just have an update on us. Someone asked about the price. Again, I don't get to pick the prices of books. When my hardcover came out, it was $27.99. I didn't get to pick. I don't make any more. Just that's the price that Amazon picked. And then when they lowered it to $15.99, I didn't get to pick. The softcover has a bonus chapter, so it's a little bit more expensive. That's just the game of publishing. I don't make any more. It is what it is. Thank you to everyone that has bought a copy of my book. I actually printed out a picture of the new cover, but it kind of got weird, so it's not very cute. But it looks like this. This is our new family photos. It made us like really yellow. I don't know why I have a crappy printer. But that's what it looks like. It comes out in March. If you plan on getting it, I'd love if you pre-ordered it. I put the link. I'll share it right here again. It means a lot to writers and authors when their books are pre-ordered. For context, if this will blow your mind, this will absolutely blow your mind because it blew my mind, even if you're not in the writing world. I sold, of my hardcover, 14,000 copies pre-sale, which means people ordered it before. 14,000 was really good for a little old person like me. Prince Harry's book had 3 million pre-orders. Let that sink in. 3 million. Brittany's book that just came out had 9 million pre-orders. When I heard that, I was sitting in my car, outside daycare, and when they said that she had 9 million pre-sales, I was like, oh my gosh. So authors make $3 per book. That's what authors make. Do you want to know how much she made on pre-sales alone? $27 million. That's not me. Um, Holy Canary. Oh my gosh. I haven't read it yet. I haven't even ordered it yet. I haven't ordered hers. I did just order the Jacob Wetterling book though, so that one I'm very excited to read. Jen, whose book was good? Brittany's or mine? Jen's my friend, so we'll see how she answers that. Whose book was better, Jen? How do we get you to our bookstore? Well, bookstore stuff is hard, Kristen, because typically when I travel, I do keynote speeches. So, for example, I leave for Michigan on Thursday. I'm going to Michigan. And then when I'm somewhere, I will set up a book signing. But see, bookstores don't pay to have you come, so I can't just travel. I need to do the keynote. So thank you, Jen. um, I need I mean, it's my job, so I have to get paid. I'm going to Grand Haven, near Grand Haven, Michigan. I'm flying into Grand Rapids. It is going to be the fastest trip. So I fly out. I have a busy week. So tomorrow we have a very big meeting for Cooper, and I'm just gonna tell you this. We are in a whole whirlwind of stuff with our son's education. And I share maybe 1% of it here, just out of respect for Cooper and for the school. And I'm honestly just really sad. And just sad. And on my supporter page, which one of the incentives to come join, if you are interested, if you have a child who's struggling in education, or if you're a teacher and you want to chat and learn more, I talk a lot about it on my supporter page. So tomorrow we have a really big meeting. I'm very scared about it. It's this 3-year eval IEP planning meeting. I'll just share that. And I said on my supporter live the other night, I think I am actually going to Oh yeah, I am going to Grand Portage, Kim. I am. I don't have the date in front of me though. It's not till the spring. So, I was saying to my supporters, and I don't know if anyone else feels this way. Sometimes I don't know how anyone else feels. I don't know. I just know that I have 4 kids. My oldest has a significant disability that makes life really challenging for him and often for our family. And we have 3 other kids, and we're trying to we're squares in this round world, and we're trying to fit. We're always trying to fit, and it's like, do I soften edges, and how do we fit? And I had my son's conference last week for Cooper, and it was great. It was a really nice conference, and it was nice. The people were nice to us, and but I shared with my supporters that I often feel like special education is dropped in this building. Like it's just dropped in here. Like this is the school, and this is special education, and you have to walk through the whole school to get to where your child is. And when I walked through the building, there were hundreds of families there, and hundreds of 6th through 8th graders, and hundreds of parents, and the book fair. And it's like I walked through, and I was like, I don't consider myself to be an emotional person. I consider myself to be, I'm good. I'm good with this, right? And I walked by the book fair, and my son can't read. And I go to the lunchroom, and I know that he had a really hard behavior in the lunchroom, and they had to put up black screens around him while people ate lunch. And I see the nurse's office, and they call me all the time, and I wonder if people are talking about me, and I'm paranoid, and it's in my head, and I don't feel like we fit in. And it could be just me. I can share that. A lot of this is this journey that I have to overcome. I have to feel comfortable. I have to soften my own edges. But I struggle with, I'm very honest on my supporter page how I'm in this place of grief. I'm in grief right now. I'm grieving. I don't understand. I don't. So my husband and I actually had a conversation this morning. We were sitting in the we were going to go on this drive today and go look at this property, and we would have had to bring three of the kids, and Cooper really struggles to go into public places unprepared. So like we know we can't stop at a restaurant, and like we were going to stop at a friend's house, and he struggles in people's houses that he hasn't been to before. We were just kind of just talking this through, right? Just matter of factly as our life. And I said to my husband, I go, how did this happen? Like, how is it still so hard? And I will fully admit to you that my husband and I don't always see eye to eye. That's another part of this bonus chapter. If you want to order my book, there's a lot about marriage in there. There's not a lot that we're not always cohesive. We're not this perfect family unit, you know. Sometimes he thinks I push too hard, and sometimes I think he doesn't care enough, and we're trying to navigate this really hard thing. But somehow we found this like common ground. And he'll say things that just kind of take my breath away sometimes, and he'll just be like, you know, why? And I said this sentence to him. I said, you know, I have just encountered so many amazing individuals. I've met so many individuals with disabilities and autism, and I've immersed myself in this world, and I'm so thankful for everyone I've met. And I've yet to meet anyone like Cooper. And of course, I mean, everyone's different. But I've yet to meet someone, and I know they're out there. I know you're out there. So I know, you know, that still has these challenges at 12. It's incredibly isolating. So tomorrow I'm going to this meeting tomorrow. I'm really scared. I'm really scared. I actually, I'll just share a little bit. I had a phone call with an IEP advocate. She knows her stuff. She's been doing this stuff for a long time, and we were talking, and I said this sentence to her that pretty much broke me. Her answer broke me. I said, my son is really happy where he is. He's really happy, and he's doing well. And they're trying to send him to this other school. And I said, does his happiness count for anything in the educational process? Like, can we get this like free pass that he can stay because he's so happy there? And she said to me, his emotional well-being doesn't matter at all. And it broke me, because I think she's right. And that's where this I don't think it does matter. No, I think it matters to us. I don't think it matters to the people, the administration checking the boxes and making the decisions. I don't think they're going to be like, there's not a box for happiness. Oh gosh, it's so sad. I was thinking of another thing that I'm not gonna write it because I don't want to get beat up. Sometimes when I say things are hard, I'll reach like the depths of the internet, and like some people will be like, quit complaining, be a mother, shut up. Like, true story. And so I don't typically complain all that too much. I don't complain all that much. But I was thinking about this like visual. I was thinking about this visual of a mother or a parent. It doesn't matter. Let's just say, can I just say a mother for this context? But please know, I know there's fathers too. And I think about like all the blows that we have been given. You know, the diagnosis and finding out it's severe, being told Cooper would never ride a bike or make a friend. I think about like all these like blows, like being kicked out of kindergarten, being told he couldn't come back to his ABA clinic. We had a really hard experience at the beginning of 6th grade last year where someone said that he was psychologically damaging her. All these different pieces, right? Like, and now this new stuff. I think of them all as just like boom, 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 you know, and you can only be strong for so long. And I always think I think in visuals, like that's how I think. Like when I write, I think of visuals, and it's like I feel like right now, truly, I am like a shell, and like one more like boom, and I am just gonna go down. Like I am just gonna pick me up off the floor. Like I can't fight anymore. Cannot fight anymore. And that's not fair though. Like that's not fair to a 12-year-old boy. I cannot look at my son and say, I can't fight for you anymore. But I am his buffer. This is our role. This is the role of a parent to a child with special needs. And I am this is my soapbox. I am his buffer. I absorb the stares. I absorb the hate. I absorb the 24-page report that I just read, that was just completed, you know, saying, and here's what I want to tell you. I don't want to read a 24-page report about any of my children or myself or my husband and about all the things we can't do. I don't want to. It hurts and it makes me sad. I came home in his backpack on Friday to review for Monday, and I was reading it, and it's like they actually had this section where they talked about like peer interaction. I don't know why this was in there. And so please know, teachers and therapists and psychologists, I know you have to do this. It's a means to an end, I know. But there was like this sentence that like he went and sat by a child in the lunchroom and they moved away from him. And like, I don't know why that sentence was in there. Like he was like making noises, and it was like, ow. Couldn't that like one sentence have been left out? But so I absorb it. Like I'm absorbing it. Like, okay, I'm reading the 24 pages and I'm making a parent impact statement and I'm talking to the IEP lawyer and I'm doing my research and I'm ready to go on Monday, and I'm going to write down all these sentences about least restrictive environment and emotional well-being, and I'm ready. And I feel like someone could be like, and I'd fall over. Does anyone else ever, am I the only person? Does anyone else ever feel this way? I don't know, like, am I alone? I know I'm not, because I went out with like 20 different moms, special needs moms, last night. We all my special needs moms friends, and we had dinner, and there's the two moms in front of me, Charlene and Tina. Tina's son is having some struggles with school, and Charlene's son is done with school but had struggles. And we were talking about like, well, we called them the forgotten children. That's the sentence that we said. It's like the forgotten children. And I'm really fighting. I'm digging my heels in, you guys. I'm fighting a losing battle to keep him here. To keep him here. Because I'm afraid once he's gone, I didn't know. I didn't know what was. And the other funny part is that, like, I have three neurotypical kids. My 10-year-old, he just goes to school. He just goes to school. And he plays in the lunch at recess, and he is in the school play, and I signed him up for basketball and all these parts. I'm not a crier, and he had this my 10-year-old had this it's like a fundraiser, like it's called a fun run. I'm sure they're pretty common. Um and all the families can come and like watch the kids run, and then you like run with your kids, and it's cute. And I went there, and I was watching them like line up the fifth graders for a photo, and then the fifth graders would go run, and they lined up the fourth graders, and the fourth graders went and run. And I found myself, and this is a true vulnerable, just overshare. I found myself like angry as I was like looking like, why is this so easy for all of you? Hi, Cooper. We are going to go on the Polar Express, and we're going to swim, and we're going to stay in the hotel. Air high five. Love you. And I was like angry. And of all the emotions of grief, I will tell you the anger one surprises me the most and makes me the most uncomfortable. Because I'm like, I'm not angry. I'm not angry. Like I'm really blessed. I love my life. Like I'm not angry. I have four beautiful children, and I'm so thankful. And I was like, all of these kids can line up and take a photo, and all of these kids can talk, and all of these kids can run and play, and one of them is mine, and none of these people have any idea that there's kids sent to other schools, and everyone forgets about them. No one asks about them anymore. They don't know. I was like angry. I was like, I had to walk away because I was so sad. I was so overcome with grief because no one knows what it's like to have a child, to watch your child not fit in and worry that they're not wanted and watch them be pushed out. If you don't know, you are so lucky. Because I didn't know. Why would I have known? But here is the indicator. This will blow your mind. I never, ever, ever see kids like Cooper in the community. Even in all the connections, and I have immersed myself in this world, and I am throwing Sensory Santa events, and I am renting on a movie theater for the Polar Express, and I have all of these connections. It's because the parents with kids like my son are still too afraid to come out. So if you're watching this, I see you. And their kids are homeschooled. I have said they stay home and they homeschool their kids. And this is the part, and I'm just going to say this, that's truly, truly heartbreaking, is there could be a school for the Coopers. There could be. The kids that are cognitively aware but have behaviors. There could be a school, but there's not, because the parents keep them home to protect them. Let that sink in. So I'm going to be faced with a choice to pull my kid out of school, away from swimming, away from his friends, away from the lunchroom, away from field trips, all the parts. Because he's not right for this profound school. And there is nothing in between. And I can't keep him home. I can't keep him home. It's not fair. It's not fair to him. And so to bring it full circle, I have never thought about keeping my son Sawyer home. He just goes to school. It's so sad, you guys. It's so sad. And no one knows, and I try to just talk about it delicately and respectfully, and just, if I can just peel back the lens a little bit, just so people know that these kids are out here. They're out here. And they're not bad kids. They're good kids. They just don't have a place in this world yet. I can't start a school. I can't start a school. For starters, I don't have any money. I can't start a school. And I don't think I should have to. I just want to be a mom. Really, this video is about, please check out my soft cover on Amazon, because a lot of this stuff is in this new bonus chapter. I would love if you pre-ordered it, if this touched you. Yeah, come be my supporter too. You'd love my supporter group if this touched you. I can share a link to that too. I can't start a school, guys. I'm writing another book, and I have 4 kids. That wouldn't be fair to my other kids. It's not me. But I also don't know what to do. Thank you, Tia. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go get babies' baths and head to bed. So tomorrow we have this meeting. Please say a silent prayer or send juju. There's supposed to be 10 people there. And then it's Halloween. And then I fly to Michigan. So busy week. We're gonna carve pumpkins tomorrow night too. We're gonna do that. On Tuesday, the babies have a Halloween parade I'm super excited about. I love little toddlers at Halloween. Cooper will not trick or treat, probably. It's supposed to be like 25 degrees here. He does not like cold or dark. So we're gonna let him stay back, and he'll stay with Grandma and hand out candy. And there's something else going on. I don't remember what it is. Survival. Okay, bye everyone. I'm going to share a link to my supporter group right now, so come join us, okay, if you want to talk more about this. Bye.